Hey folks, this is BestInSlot. Welcome back to our Jurassic World Evolution 2 park build, one determined by the Wheel of Doom. I wish I could do that thing where I make my voice booming and vibrating, but it's just not really in my wheelhouse. In the last video, we did a very cool Brachiosaurus and unfortunately Maiasaura habitat, which may have convinced me to like the Maiasaura just a little bit more, but we are once again back with the wheel. The wheel will once again determine how many species, what kind of biome we're going to build, all that kind of jazz. So, Wheel of Doom, what do you have for us today? Ooh, it was very, very close. I forgot to do a count one, so we should have had a 1, 2, 3 so far. So only one species today. That's actually really interesting because it means the size of the species is going to be much more important. You know, if we just had a Maiasaura, the last video probably would have had a smaller build. If we get like a Compsognathus or something in this build, that's really going to change the exhibit design. Okay then, let's see what that species is going to be. It's... what is it? Scorpio? Okay, that's an interesting one. We can definitely give that some interesting theming, to say the least. Okay, so what decoration era are we going to be playing in? We got Jurassic World and we got Malta last time around. This time we're gonna get... is it Malta again? Don't be Malta again. It's Malta again. Okay, no, you know what? With the Scorpios Rex, I think that's okay, because we can do like a Maltese, always makes me want to say Malteser, but like a Maltese town kind of build where maybe the Scorpios Rex is roaming around. Maybe you can, we'll think of something. We'll think of something. I've got to remember to click count +1. So Malta should actually have +2 right now. I don't think I can add another one of my own volition. And finally then, the biome. So last time we had a canyon. It wasn't really a canyon, but go with me here. We had canyon and we had forest. So let's see what we get this time. Where is our Maltese Scorpios Rex going to live? First up, swamp. Okay. So, a Maltese Scorpios Rex swamp. Swamp and what? So this could be a very, very tricky build. Swamp and grassland. Well, that's a good combo. Swamp and grasslands is a pretty natural combo. Swamp, grasslands, Malta, Scorpios Rex. You've not given me an easy task, have you, game? We'll have to have a little think about that one, but let's hop in game and let's get the build going. Okay then, here we go. I've done a couple changes since last video. I tidied this area up here, added some decorations, and added a thingamajiggy over here, a shelter kind of thing, but I think we kind of want to carry on in this direction because this is the Maltese stuff, and I think it makes sense to kind of continue that trend rather than building down here with more Maltese stuff and then the entire park being Maltese kind of stuff. So I was just thinking about what do you need for a Scorpios Rex? And the Scorpios Rex is really the wildest dinosaur in the game. You know, you've got your Indoraptor, which is crazy, you've got your Indominus Rex, which is crazy, but the Scorpios Rex kind of stands alone as being super crazy, you know, because it's a mistake, it's an anomaly, it's a beta version of the Indoraptor, basically. So I think having it in like a regular old habitat maybe doesn't make a lot of sense. So I've had what I think is a pretty cool thematic kind of build, and we're going to have that hanging down over here halfway down. Basically, we're going to extend out this mountain here, and also that's going to make it a bit more like a canyon, and we're going to build it on here. And the idea, I think, is we're going to have a grassland area where you'll see it hunting, and then you're going to have this Maltese town in the swamp, and it's beginning to drown. It's beginning to sink into the swamp, and that's where the Indoraptor, the Scorpios, I should say, is kind of like it's roaming through this half-sunken town that's like slowly sinking into this swamp land. That's the idea, and we're going to do some waterfalls and stuff like that as well, because the waterfall mod is really cool. So that is my thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten around here, and the idea is it's going to be a little bit higher than that, actually. That this is kind of a build, low health. So the idea is that the monorail is going to kind of curve around this exhibit. I'm kind of like trying to you know, it's the Malta building set, so it kind of feels like it has to be stuff that was maybe here before the park, and it's kind of been integrated into the park almost, as opposed to built for this purpose. So anyways, that's where my head's at. It's 5:30 in the morning, so where my head's at is not necessarily something to be trusted, but that is where my head is at. I'm just gonna clear these trees out. We can rebuild these as need be. So yeah, it's gonna sit sort of halfway up, maybe a little bit lower than that, and you'll see it on the monorail, and then maybe we'll have a sort of viewing tower kind of thing at the bottom as well. I just really want to get more, well, I want to keep having like lots of verticality in the build. I think is really important, and also I want a waterfall basically, so that's the main reasoning. And we can make this quite big because this is not an area I was probably going to build in anyway. So what I'm thinking is you would have a grassland because that's like the farming region basically, and we'll have like loads of goats there, so the Scorpios Rex kind of emerges from the swamp to roam around the grasslands feasting on the goats, and then it retreats back into the swamp where there's this sinking town. It's a little bit heavy on the theming, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it sounds like a fun sort of build. It looks like my brachy is okay now, but I just want this to be, it's kind of like it's a plateau, you know, it kind of stands alone. It's this large flat area. Some people did request, and I should have, in retrospect, done it. There is no... Obviously, I've done some work on the map. Honestly, this took about 10 minutes. It really didn't take very long. You know, load in a square map and just make some terrain, and you can have quite a lot of fun with it. But I don't have a... There were some comments asking if I had the unbuilt-on version, you know, if I had just, like, the blank terrain. Unfortunately, I didn't keep it. In retrospect, I should have done, and then you folks could have built on it yourselves, if that's what you wanted to do. Let's get swampy. Let's get swampy, 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 as they say in the clubs. Probably. You don't know. When's the last time you went clubbing? When's the last time I went clubbing? Jesus. It's been a long time. You do need some land, otherwise it kind of loses the effect. But I want it to feel... You know, we need lots of water, because that's where the town is going to go at the end of the day, right? It has to sink into something. Reminds me of that... Oh, nice little lower ridge there. I like that, actually. Yeah, okay, I like that. We can maybe even put like a little waterfall on there. Okay, and then that's going to come over here, and then that's just all water right to the edge. We don't want to go too much here because it's going to make it very difficult to do. Bear with me, I know what I mean. Let's get that connected. This one with the slope tool, it can be very difficult to... Okay, I'm going to thin this out a little bit. And what we might do is stick some rocks in there, kind of just make it feel like it's, you know, it's dammed a little bit, so it's only a trickle of water. But then you get here and it kind of like gushes, you know, basically. We'll have a little bit of a gush, like so. So I want this, because I want this to feel like a grassland, so I think a grassland does need quite wide open areas. It's not humongous, but it's, I think you can call it grassland. The two biomes that can kind of blend together, but I don't think they necessarily go together. Let's smooth this out, make it nice and flat. Grassland is fun for builds in a way because, well, yeah, nice open spaces for your dinosaurs to roam around in. The problem with the flatlands, though, is the grasslands is they're maybe not the most exciting. You know, you kind of want that flat kind of texture to them, right? You want that flat kind of topology, but, well, then it's flat. That's not super exciting, so... We make do. Trying to... Oh, what's going on there? We've got like a little funky bit. This little funky doohickey. It actually it looks alright. Looks alright. So that's going to be a swamp. Obviously, some more trees. But that is the basic concept of the exhibit. And we'll have some buildings in there, and the monorail's going to curve around there. And it just kind of extended out the mountain, and hopefully makes the whole thing feel like one big natural kind of shebang. And we're going to throw in some rock at these edges over here. And actually under there as well. And the rest of that will be trees. What you probably need to do... This looks a little bit funky. As you can, it's just too sharp an edge, so the trees are kind of staggering up it really haphazardly. So what we probably want to do is just get a low radius brush, flatten, and just flatten sort of along this ridge here. Just to stagger the whole thing just a little bit more. You're not really going to see down here, it's not important. It's just about making sure that that doesn't look very silly. Not fond of the silliness, are we? No, no, no. No. That's beautiful. We're just trying to tell a story with how we place things, where we place things. Just tell a little tale. You tell a tale. There's a song called "You Tell a Tale." It's just, I can't even remember who sings it. It's not Story of the Year. It's like a proper like little pop punk emo band from like the early 2000s, late 2000s, whatever. And they've got a song called "You Tell a Tale," and it's not a great song, most of it. But there's a bit at the end where like the tone of the song shifts entirely. And it becomes very, Oh, wait, let me think about this. Wait, this one should work fine. But I need to, like, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to pop a few of these down. And we're going to grab them with this. And then we're going to sink them down into the ground. And this is going to work perfectly. I've decided... I've maybe decided it isn't going to work perfectly. Okay, let me try something else. It's gone the wrong way round, isn't it? Why is it going the wrong way round? No, I just built the whole thing. Does it always do that? Wait, why is... Wait. Wait, no, what? Oh, god damn it, I have to rotate all of them. I have to rotate all of them. That looks way better. Who is surprised? Who is surprised? It looks much, much better. It really does. Okay, yeah, cool. So there's a few more decos we can do. I don't think I've got this one linked in the... I think I only just downloaded this one again, so I'll make sure that... there we go. It's a shame it's colour-wise, it's not quite this. Oh, that looks really good. That's really, really good. What's this one? Oh, that one's intense. Okay, we'll put that in a sec. Let's grab... That's not bad. It's not bad. Right, I do want this one, but it's a bit much. Right, so we're going to grab it. I'm going to sink it down. Do we want this one? I don't know if we want this one. It's too big, isn't it? I think it's okay like that. That's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. Not bloody bad. Right, okay, cool. Cool beans. Okay, so I think that's it for the waterfall. We're going to put some mist in the swamp, because swamps are cool. You are a bit of a disaster, my friends. I'm just going to clear all these trees out. No, senorita. Thank you very much. So I want a log to sit like here. I'm going to sink that down just a little, so it just properly rests. And the idea is, it's you know, water is getting through, but this is kind of like the last hurrah, you know, and then past this point in the water. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. And let's get some rocks in there as well. Stick with the alpine. No, not alpine. I'm going to use temperate. And you'd have rocks on this side in particular because they flow downstream, and then they, you know, they hit the log and they can't move any further. So that's kind of where they would stack up on this side over here. It's a shame. Like, one thing I would love in this game, and I've realized it more and more, is some deep water would be really cool. I know we'd have to deal with swimming dinosaurs and stuff like that. It's the kind of thing that a sequel would be really good for. I say that and I think, well, Prehistoric Kingdoms added it to absolutely everything, but I don't know. I don't know. Can't we all just get along? Anyways, I'm gonna chuck a bunch of rocks in over here. Oh, actually, okay, so I said this was going to be a bit of a farm. And now maybe, you know, there's been a bit of tectonic activity, and it's less of a farm now than it was. You know, the rivers appeared, maybe this whole area is sort of raised up over time, blah, 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 blah. But it used to be, you know, it's a nice grassland. You could see them keeping animals in this kind of area. So let's lean into that a little bit. Do we have any buildings from our myriad of wonderful mods that add a building that you could kind of call a farmhouse? I think the bar's a bit too big. Yeah, okay, so we'll just go for the workers' house, and that's going to sit sort of up here. Okay, and then what we're going to do, and we're just going to say that like this was a rancher or something like that, and he kept, you know, goats in the area. So let's have a, let's see, maybe a vertical bar fence. No, I want a smaller one. Actually, yeah, vertical bar first of all, and we're just gonna have this. Nah, it's too big. It's too big. Steel wire. I want like a teeny tiny, yeah, I guess cable fence. It's still cute. It's still the size of the bloody house. This house is tiny, actually. The more I look at it, something like that maybe. Ah, that's the one I want. No, this one here, I think. And this kind of is going to sit along the river a little bit. Broken up in bits, so not across the whole thing. And the idea is that in the past, when this was actively a farmland, the animals were kept, you know, around here. And that's, you know, basically the guy ran his little ranch, and that's why there's a building goats. I will download, it's got a feeder mod, which means we can have goat feeders without the actual feeder. We can just have goats roaming around, which is going to look even better. But I think that's quite nice. I think that looks really good, actually. And again, the goats tell just how tiny this building is. The goats are half the size of it. All right, I'm going to say that's finished. So let's make this into a swamp, and then finish off by sinking some stuff into it. No, right, so I want this to be quite heavy on the trees, at least in sort of the middle of the bits. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I don't need to explain myself to you. I want it to feel quite, not aggressive, but I do want it to feel claustrophobic almost, the swamp. Okay, so the last step then is to get some Maltesers. I do like a Malteser. I've not had a Malteser in ages. Get some Maltese stuff. I had this tower in mind in particular. And then we're gonna grab it. We're gonna sink it into the water, and we're even gonna tilt it a little bit. Sink it more the other way. Yeah, that kind of thing. I think it looks really good, actually. We're just gonna kind of sink some buildings into the area. You know, the sunken city of Malta, essentially. So we can, you know, we can grab Maltese operation buildings. Not that one. Yeah, this one's pretty good. And what we don't want to put it down here because it's going to kill everything. If we plop it down here first, out of the way, then we grab it and move it up here. And tilt a little bit, sink down. Still, you can see it's still killing the trees, which is kind of what I was trying to avoid. You don't kill the trees. Anyone who doesn't kill the trees is allowed to stay. That's the rules. Because it's just not going to look right otherwise. Maybe sink that into there a little bit. Maybe, even that's killing it. Everything kills the trees. Yeah, it looks alright though. This is going to be more of a... I was planning to do quite a lot of these, if I'm honest. It's probably going to be more of a suggestion of this than anything else now that I look at it, but... we can still... I think we can still sell the aesthetic, hopefully. That's right, I had water there a second ago. I'm like 90% sure there was water all over the... What is... I don't know what it's doing to my water at all. It's going wild. Let's get wet, 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 wet. There we go. We are sufficiently wet. That's pretty cool. And the hotel, maybe, to finish things off. Pop you over there. It's sinking in. I don't have to do anything. It's doing it off its own volition, basically. And what we can do, of course, it's killing the trees a little bit, as you would expect. But that's okay, because we can just... actually, if I deactivate this... does that turn off the smoke? Nope. Obviously, we can go into our decorations. We can go into Alpine up here. And we can... add a few of our own trees in the area. I think it makes sense to an extent that you'd have less foliage around the buildings anyway. You know, they would struggle to grow more in that environment. Obviously, we have to actually put a Scorpios Rex in there, but that's a very small part of the whole thing, okay? Minor details. I think I'm going to keep this. I might raise this up so it feels more like you're going through a bit of a valley here. Raise the sides up a little bit more around the monorail. Choo-choo! We like that? I think I like that. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'll take that. Okay, last thing we need to do then is... Where has the Scorpios Rex come from? Maybe we can have like a hint of a facility somewhere else in the nearby area. Like, we're not going to do it today, but maybe another build we do could sell the idea of a facility in the nearby area that the Scorpios Rex maybe escaped from a while ago or something like that. And that's how the Scorpios Rex got here. Because, or maybe it was meant to be an exhibit we could have. I'm just trying to build that valley I just talked about. Just to the side of the monorail track, like so. That is killing some of the lightness in my park. Just kind of want to close this area off in a way, make it feel a bit more purposely built, but I think that looks pretty cool. And you come down there and we can start to build some other cool beans kind of stuff. Right, so yes, Scorpios Rex. I don't know. We don't need to think about that. That's numpty stuff. Hybrids. Where are the hybrids? Here we go. What colour? What is our colour story? And how many of that? I think we're gonna have 2. I think 2's enough. We could go for the pure black one, which is like the mistake. I really like the warmer tones for the Scorpios Rex. Like the first skin. That one. Not that one. Oh no. That one. I really like that one. And then we'll go much darker for this. And let's go like, there we go. That kind of, yeah, kind of almost sexual dimorphism almost between them. The waterfall, I think from here especially looks really good. I think it really works when you just see the floofiness, you know? It doesn't necessarily feel like a build where you'd have a Scorpios Rex, but at the end of the day, I'm at the whims of the Wheel of Doom. I think when they hang out over here, I didn't realise that. 1 sec, bear with me, folks. You're floating a little bit, aren't you? I think when they come into the swamp, it's actually gonna look really good, yeah. That's the environment they suit, and this kind of like, they're kind of tilting these so that it looks like it's tumbled to the ground. Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty happy with this build. It was a tough combo, Malta, Scorpios Rex, Grassland, Swamp, but I think we came up with something really fun. They're in there apparently. Oh, they're on the run. They're on the run. The goat. Oh God. Okay. Wait. Should we slow motion? I got too close. Cool. Cool. What are you doing, buddy? Not allowed up there. Oh, you look very cool though. I really like the Scorpios Rex. I know not everyone does, but I'm actually a really big fan, so. Might be the thumbnail. Let me just grab that if you don't mind. Okay, anyways, we will end it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Throw me a like down below if you enjoyed the video. You know, feel free to leave some suggestions down below for things you'd like to see. You know, ideas that could be applied to different builds, stuff like that. Thank you again for all the name suggestions for the park and all that kind of jazz, even if it's not integrated at this point, just because I've kind of already done the thumbnail and the titles and stuff like that. It's nice to have a nice short title. So some people have come up with some really creative, fantastic ideas, but for now we're just going to call it RNG Park, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.
Rainbow Road.